What's up, folks? How are we doing? Good evening. Welcome to episode 9 of Just Another Conversation. I'm your host, Mr. Unspeakable. As always, unprepared and never really know what I'm going to say, which takes a lot of kahunas. But trying to think what's on my mind right now. Although I did think about a few things today on my way to the store. Two things I thought about. One thing was how many people endure pain. How many people endure unnecessary pain? How many people change? They take shape of someone else for the purposes of a good, for purposes of evil, for purposes of money, in the name of God, in the name of being rich, famous. To what lengths are we willing to go? What lengths are we willing to go to accomplish certain things in life so we don't end up being poor or forgotten one day? I mean, regardless of what you do, you are going to be forgotten. That is almost a given. You will be forgotten. Now, I did think about a couple of things about that. People do change. More people change for the reasons I've just named than change for reasons that I haven't named, which are, natural reasons. Just like you are forced to become someone, you are forced to change by the outside forces, the unfortunate events, the total misfortune of your life. You are forced to change and become someone that you are not. You're still that person, but you're quite not the person that you should be. You recognize who you are. Hey, how you doing, Kelly? You recognize who you are. But then the next day, you are someone else. How many times have you changed for someone that you didn't love, someone that you didn't care about? How many times have you changed in the name of God, in the name of money, fame, fortune? How many times have you changed in the name of love? How many times have you changed because you didn't want to be poor? You didn't want to be, I guess, you don't want to be forgotten. You don't want to be, people are afraid of being forgotten. How much pressure can we really take? That's the question. The ultimate question, it comes down to what is the bottom line of human psyche and the human, because we're not built to sustain too much pressure. To me, stress is a bigger killer than anything else out there. And that's why I'm saying a lot of people are stuck in a place where they don't want to be in the name of things that they love and care about, like kids, money, materialistic things. Hey, how you doing, guys? So I see some of you are back. Some new, yay, new folks. Hey, subscribe, folks, if you like the content. But anyways, I want to talk about this pressure, the pressure, the pressure cooker within humans. What is the bottom line? How much can you really take before you break? How much do you really love that? Let's just talk about that person, that other person. How much are you willing to take and sacrifice to to say one day that's enough? You see, I'm one of those people. I am willing to go to the lengths unimaginable, and I know it, and I'm not ashamed, but I'm disappointed in myself. See what I mean? Because where I come from, it's it is very degrading to be that person because you know you're worth it. You know you're worth more. Hey, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. I love you. Thank you. If I could give you a hug, I'd give you one. um, you see, that's really what happened to me. Not not in the recent years, but there was a point of my life when I just kind of ran away, and I wanted to see, is it better for me to stay away from pressure, or is it more pressure for me to be away from people that I love, but who are actually at the same time putting a lot of pressure on me? So I've done that. I've been there, I've done that. I moved away, I moved out, I've got a place. And every night was lonely. Every night I was by myself, thinking about, hey, what is going on with my kids? What is going on with my wife? What is going on with people that I love, you know? And that's also pressure. So 5, 6 months into it, I've just decided I'm gonna move out and go back. Now, did I make a mistake? I wouldn't say so. Did he take a toll on me? Yes. Now let's not talk about family. How many of you have changed and you know you did it for the money? How many of you have became those people you don't want to be for certain things just to profit off of it? There's a lot of it out there. People do it all the time. No, it's not fake. What do you mean? Is it gold or silver? Is that what you mean? I actually made this necklace. It's not fake. It's actually very real. I made it. So, as Matt, if you're talking about being gold or silver, yes, it's not gold or silver, but it is brass. So, in terms of it being brass, it's real. In terms of it being gold or silver, no. But it's very real, and I made it, and I'm very proud of it. Now, I did a little bit of research today, and I just um, I just wanted to know, like, is our how our bodies are made. Like, if someone was to cut off your pieces of your body, let's just say, this is just an example. Let's say a finger. Somebody just take a little snip of your finger at a time, one day, and then 3 days later, somebody takes another snip of your finger, and then the fourth day or 4 weeks later, somebody takes another snip of your finger, and it hurts, right? It's a physical pain. But what would have happened if that physical pain amounted to the mental pain Like it's almost like when you're pushing down on things and they're changing their shape. That's pretty much what's happening to us. We are subject to pressure every day, and we're changing not physically but mentally inside. Our bodies are mingled inside. Our soul is mingled, is kind of like this. I've been in a situation to exchange happiness for work, not happiness and pressure from and things like that. Although I still don't have money, but I've done things in my life, not for money, but I've done just weird jobs, like restaurant jobs. Mostly, I've taken care of people my whole life. That was pretty much what I've done, and that's something that I really want to do. And I probably know people more than anything, and I can tell you that you can live with a person for a very long time, 10, 15, 20, 30 years, and not really understand or know that person. You know, it could be a wake up call later, and you won't even know. So, what is that bottom? That what is that? I'm trying to meditate here for a second and see what would that bottom be. How far deep down can we jump from the cliff? The cliff is right here. Just imagine you standing on the top of your rib cage and you're jumping into your stomach, if you know what I'm saying. Let the rib cage be the mountain, and then let your guts, your stomach, your whatever it's in there be a river. You're jumping from the top of your rib cage into the water and you're drowning, but you're swimming. You're swimming, you're struggling, you're swimming down the river, and you're hoping for the best. Yeah, I think that's kind of what it's like. That's what human pressure is kind of like. It's kind of like you're drowning. The human pressure is kind of like you're drowning in a river, and you're swimming, you're slowly drowning, and then maybe just a mile or 2 miles down the road, there is a huge drop. And if you keep going, you're gonna fall and you're going to your death. You're gonna drown, you're gonna die. That's kind of like what life is kind of like, you know. Many of us stick around. We don't know what our values are as people. Many of us don't even understand who we really are until we really like reach our late 20s or 30s. And I want to talk about people who say, I always wanted to be a firefighter. I always wanted to be, I don't know, a rock star. Kind of like I wanted to be, right? I always wanted to be a famous writer. I always wanted to be, I don't know, an engineer. I always wanted to be in the military and stuff like that. I feel like people don't can people can have those dreams when they're young, but it doesn't always transfer into becoming later on. And I also want to talk about fear. Fear, I know what fear is. I've been through military checkpoints. I have been not for just one military checkpoint, but one after another, after another, after another. I was 15 years old. I've been in the car with my mom, with my mother. My father has passed away, but at the time we were running from war. The pressure was unbelievable, but it happened so fast. I didn't have time to think really about the pain. And every each time you come to the checkpoint, you are subject to a test of how much pressure can you really take. And I can tell you when you're young and you're a kid, you can take a lot less pressure than when you're older. But then all that pressure that you went through when you were younger, it kind of just drags along. It never really goes away. People say, well, I've been through this and that 20, 30 years ago, you know, all these difficult times that certain people have been through. And most of them, 30 years later, think that they're healed of that pressure. But in reality, it's shaping you from the inside. It's been shaping you from the beginning. You're not who you are anymore. Physically, you look the same, but inside, your liver is changing, your kidneys, your stomach. When you're stressing, your stomach takes the most pressure. It's like if your digestive system is especially subject to stress, it changes shape. Like the way you digest your food, the way your digestive system is working. I mean, there's this thing I've discovered about digestive system and stress. Um, I don't know how many of you people listen to your bodies. Like I've been listening to my body for some years now, and that's because I have severe problems with panic attacks. I have problem with mental illness, which is PTSD because of the war, and I do have panic attacks, right? And I've been mm, medicated more times than I really can count, many times. Pills are not a solution, especially when it comes to internal pain. Internal pain, that's where you get panic attacks. It comes from internal pain. I guess they're always there. You don't just um, I guess you don't develop a panic attack and like because something happened yesterday. The panic attacks are developed in my mind the way I have e- experienced my life. It's something that is building years and it explodes one day. It comes out, you know, all that stress and all that experience and all that suffer and all that depression and loneliness and everything just kind of accumulates over years and just explodes one day. That's panic attacks. That's anxiety. The experiences in life. So it affects your digestive system. It affects the way you eat. Um, and pills don't really. I don't know if pills really help or they don't help. I know I've been medicated for panic attacks, severe panic attacks, and PTSD, and it always seems like it gets worse the more pills you take. You're just gonna have to maintain the levels of intake of the medication. I've been off of medication And I'm just saying to all of you guys out there who have the same issues with panic disorder and I'll tell you what, it mostly happens to people that are very, very, very good people. I have never ever met anyone with a really bad panic attacks who wasn't a really, really good person. I think it happens to those that worry all the time, you know, um, and mostly to people that have been through war, like refugees, veterans, soldiers, people have been abused at home, um, things like that. And I also feel like it has changed me a great deal to the point where I don't have patience anymore. I don't have. It bothers me when somebody chews about a foot away from me. Like it bothers me. I can't listen to like anybody eat. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was younger, just going back 10, 15 years ago, I didn't care if somebody just eats next to me or you know how those people when they eat at the same table and they just keep their mouth open, they go like like that sound of someone eating next to you and that chewing sound. I just I some years ago I didn't care. Like now, it it drives me fucking insane. I can't take it, and that's one of the levels of PTSD. That's at one of those levels, and I am like level 10. I'm a level fucking 10 of panic attack, man. And I think there's like 100 levels of that shit. There are some people that are level 100, man. I mean, I was supposed to go to Detroit like next week. I was supposed to take a ride. I was supposed to drop off my son to Detroit next week. And the reason why I just can't drive that far anymore. I can drive far with someone being in the car with me, but I cannot drive very far, drop somebody off, and then come back by myself. Like I'm not capable of being in the car for a very long time on my own because if I feel like I'm in the car by myself and driving for more than an hour, I get a fucking panic attack. Like I don't know where it comes from. I know why it's there and why I have it. I just don't know like where does that okay, well I've started studying and it's gonna take me I'm not there yet, but I've started studying these panic attacks. They're almost alive. Like they they kind of feed on your psyche. They kind of listen to your heart talk. They listen to your brain talk. They listen to your thoughts. Panic attacks are very much like an like a live being inside of you. You have like another person living fucking inside of you. You know what I'm saying? And if that person is not happy that lives inside of you, then that person starts to eat your guts, starts to scream inside of you. That's that panic attack. It's that person that lives within you that you want to say to, hey man, hey, whoever you are, whatever you are, please leave my body alone. Just move on, go somewhere else. Leave me alone. And that person is still inside of me. And I've been trying to tell her to fucking leave for years now. And that person, whoever it is still there. It's using my body as home. Now, many of you are probably going to say, well, that's probably very religious people will say that's devil or that's someone doing work on you. Like you are cursed. Maybe. Maybe I am fucking cursed. Who knows? But that that stress, that panic, it's inside you. It's almost like another human being, and I've noticed that. When I first got it some years ago, it scared the crap out of me. I ended up in emergency. Um, and that wasn't the only time I was in. That wasn't the only time I was in emergency over panic attacks. I was in emergency many, many times over panic attacks, and I couldn't really control them. I still can't control them. Like it's been 20 years or more. I'm still struggling to understand exactly what I need to do to kick that person that lives inside of me out. That panic attack, that person. I don't know its name. I don't know when that person was born. What it wants from me. What does that person fucking want from me? And one day, I believe, when I make the deal with that person who lives inside of me, who wants to fucking eat me piece by piece, it's giving me those panic attacks, then I will be probably most likely happy 100%. But you can't be happy when you're living with panic. You cannot be a happy person all the way and live with panic, with panic disorder. Now, I did say, and that's why I was talking about pressure earlier. Uh, it activates that panic attack, that person, when you are subject to certain pressure. Like as soon as I start arguing with someone, it doesn't matter whether it's somebody I know or someone I don't know. It happens within 30 seconds. I could raise my voice and suddenly I will get fast heartbeats like that. My hands would sweat. I will get numbness in my chest, my hands, and my legs. I would completely go numb. My whole body will go numb. It's happened to me before, like in the middle of the drive. I was driving a semi truck some years ago, and I was about to drop off the truck and go home. And then, literally, out of nowhere, I was listening to the radio, just driving down the road, having fun. Boom, hands numb, legs numb, chest numb. Boom, sweats, tingles. I literally thought I was freaking dying, man. Right there on the highway, I was like, that's it. I'm fucking dead. And the first thing I did when that happened, I didn't have any medication. I didn't have nothing ready. I just said, hey, if this is gonna be it, let it fucking be. I grabbed my phone in that panic. I tried to call the people that I love, but I couldn't dial because my hands were numb. I couldn't feel the phone. I couldn't feel nothing. That's what happens when you get a panic, like a severe panic attack. It's happening many times. And I almost feel like there's somebody taking over you at that moment. Because what else is that? What else is it? If it's not someone that lives inside of you, what is it? Energy? What is it? Blood pressure? Um, what is it? Like your the way you eat, the way you stress. What is that thing that attacks you out of nowhere? Like why does it happen when you expect it the least? Why does it happen to me when I'm walking around my house trying to sing a song? Why does it happen to me when I'm sitting and writing peacefully? Why does it happen to me when I'm trying? It always happens at the time when I least expect it. And the more you feed into it, the more it happens. It's exactly like a person that you live with that knows all your little buttons and all your little problems and all your little issues, and they know how to push your buttons. They just go like this. I'm gonna push this fucking button today. That's like a panic attack, like knows exactly what you're going to do that day and just pushes that damn button and then there you are. You are in God's hands. And then but there's so many people on this damn earth. Why can't you just leave me alone? Go find somebody else that's injured. Go find some other human being. Well, I hope not, but go find, okay, go find some evil person. Go find some fucking billionaire or some evil prick and move from my body. Leave. Just go and take some other body that's evil. Don't fuck with me. I've had enough. 20 fucking years. I've said that many times. It just doesn't want to leave. It loves my body. Now I don't know if it's just me in my past life. I don't know if it's me in my future life. But I don't know. Why would anybody want an old body? You know, usually when someone lives inside of you, it's it wants something younger, better, more, more more. I would say something that can take pain better, a punch better. Like I'm not that guy anymore. You know what I mean? I kind of want to everything that I want to do as a recent. I want to do it the way I want to do it. I've always seemed like I've always lived by somebody else's rules. Um, at least that's what it felt like. I don't know why. I'm not really sure. But I just think there are scars who there there are things that mark you forever. There are scars and things that make us who we are, that mark us, that cut our soul open and sew it back together. And there's so many things that we don't understand about ourselves yet. It just seems like we're getting older by day, by hour, by second. Every day we get older and older and older, and we don't seem to learn much. I still want to research a little bit about this pressure. What is that pressure within a human being that activates that anger? What is that makes us go from being nice to be what kind of thing? And if we can control that anger better, I think there will be everything that we needed to do and accomplish. We don't have self control. And nobody seems to understand and nobody seems to care. We're just born to die. And everything in between is just the question is, the question is, for me only, is it happiness only, or is it the money? I'd say I'd choose happiness any day. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thanks to all of you who have joined me tonight. It's been a good night. It's been a really, really good night. Thank you all, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for you. Thanks to all of you that have said hello. Thank you so much to all my subscribers, and I will do my best to try to make another video tomorrow. If not, then I will post something hours ahead that will let you know if I'm going live or not, so that way you can join. But thank you, folks. Thanks for joining this episode 9 of Just Another Conversation. We will see you next time. Ciao.